Share the Harvest started in about April of 2013. I was sitting in my church one Sunday morning, and our pastor started talking to the congregation about us being missionaries. What could we do? And that struck a chord with me. It resonated with me because I'd been thinking for a long time about what I could do here. I've always had this deep need to serve people and to try to help people's lives be a little better. At that moment, the thought feed people came into my mind. So I kept thinking about it and praying about it. The idea was formulated, and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to go about doing that. And about a week or so later, I was sitting with Jennifer Kritz and some other friends talking about it, and she commented that she'd been having the same idea. And the one thing that we knew something about was cooking and food and gardening, and that just seemed like a natural fit for us. We thought, okay, a lot of gardeners in this community, and there's a lot of food that comes out of those gardens that go to waste. Why don't we start a program where gardeners could bring that extra food that they don't have the time to deal with, they don't have time to can it, it's too much food to feed their families. We could collect that food and give it away to people in the community. That's where the idea of Share the Harvest came from. We wanted to find a way to connect local gardeners with people who could benefit from adding fresh produce to their diets. We knew how much waste can occur in a garden. It's not intended, but all of us have had more tomatoes, squash, or beans than we knew what to do with. Our idea was to have local gardeners bring produce from their gardens to us, and we would distribute it to people who could not otherwise have access to this wonderful produce. Many of the recipients of Share the Harvest have struggled with difficult life situations. It may be economic reasons, living situations, health issues, or age. Every Thursday during the summer, people bring fresh produce to our location at the Watershed on River Street. The produce comes from local gardens, and some people purchase produce from the local grocery stores to donate. In our second season, we became a member of the Northeast Iowa Food Bank, and we were able to increase the amount of fresh food we could give away. We rely on volunteers to set up tables, sort and weigh the produce, and help in the distribution of between 600 and 900 pounds of fresh, healthy fruits and vegetables. Every person involved, the volunteers, gardeners dropping off the produce, and the recipients getting the food, are part of our Share the Harvest community, and we're so blessed that God has put us together. We strive to live out the words of Matthew 25:40. Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Share the Harvest is our way of sharing God's love with our neighbors. We rely on the community to aid us in our efforts. We need donations of fresh produce, either from your garden or purchased from the store. We need volunteers to help during our intake and distribution on Thursday afternoons, and monetary donations are always welcome. Won't you prayerfully consider how you can be a part of our ministry?